Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Raynday Gaming. My name is Raynday, and it's been a while since I've done one of these videos. This is pretty much a preview of the brand new god to be released in patch 3.14, Force of Nature, called TERRA. You're seeing her card right now on screen. This is the brand new Guardian that is going to be released in Smite, and I gotta say, I am extremely excited about her potential and her kit. It is extremely fun, and I plan on doing a longer, more in-depth video covering how to play this god and how to build this god and what you should expect to do before she actually comes out live next week. And if you're on the PTS, how you can probably have some success with her. But for right now, I just want to show you, as we move into game, a little bit of her character model and what it looks like. We'll talk briefly about her abilities and the general aspect. And again, in that later video that should be out either tonight or tomorrow morning, we'll make sure to go ahead and get a very in-depth look at this god. If it's not out tomorrow or the next day, I'll be able to do it probably, I would say, this weekend or next week. We'll have to see. I am moving, as you guys probably know already, to Atlanta, so a lot of things are very busy. Now, as you're looking at TERRA punching right here, she is a character that's going to be punching with her fist. The developers, High-Res Fishman and AJ, were actually talking about, I think it's AJ, right? It's AJ. I think that's what his name is. We're talking about how they wanted this character to feel very Amazonian, very physical, very down to earth. And so, of course, punching with her hands is going to be something that is extremely fitting with that theme. But now you're also noticing this little effect around Apollo. When she throws up this rock, her number 3 ability, Monolith, it actually allows her to slow characters. Yes, that is basically one of her aspects of her passive called Standing Stones. The other aspect is that she will be immune to knock-up whenever her stones are there. A lot of her abilities revolve around creating stones, and so you'll see that every single ability has some kind of interesting stone aspect and mechanic to it that you can combo in really different ways. You see she's slowing the Apollo there as that monolith is there, and also if she shatters her stones, she will actually get that buff for 3 seconds afterwards. So she has this incentive to keep her stones up, but she also has this incentive to basically shatter her stones as well. We're going to move into the next ability here, which is her first ability. It's called Force of Nature. Now, TERRA basically dashes forward, and this is a dash. This is her only movement ability. The interesting aspect of this dash is she can actually use it twice. She can use this ability not only to dash through players and cause damage, but she can also use this ability to combo with her stones. So if you're able to throw up your number 2 or your number 3 and actually hit them with your dash, Force of Nature, you're going to see some really interesting interactions, and it's going to make you make a lot of decisions. TERRA is a character who has very straightforward design. As the designers were speaking about today, they wanted to make a character that was very straightforward, somebody that, you pretty much know what to do. But then again, that you know what her abilities do, but what to do becomes a complicated feature. That's her number 2 right there, crushing earth, creating those 2 pillars, and it's these walls that cannot be destroyed. You can't destroy them with player objects, you can't destroy them with basic attacks. These are like the mirror walls. They just last for however long they last. The only person who can destroy them is TERRA herself, not the enemy TERRA. And TERRA, in this character, and on my team, I cannot basically burst another TERRA's walls. I can't shut them down. As you see, they wait there, and then all of a sudden, the crush. It's called crushing earth for a reason. It slows enemies in there for about 20%, but then also after 1.5 seconds, it will actually it lasts for 5 seconds, and it will stun enemies for 1.5 seconds and damage them if they're caught in the middle. If they're to one side, or more so than the other side, they're basically going to get caught by just one of the walls. So you see shifting to the right here, he only got hit by 145, but if he's in the middle, he's going to get hit by 145 2 times, and he's going to get the stun either way when they collapse. So you may just get one side of the damage, but if he's in the middle again, the 2 145s coming up and the stun as well for 1.5 seconds. So this is going to be very interesting. As you can see with Force of Nature, your other opportunity is to shatter one of these walls, and you do damage in a cone in front of you. The other aspect about Force of Nature is that if you shatter a stone, you then get your dash reset, very much like any other character who has double dashes based on a condition. TERRA is going to be able to conditionally dash twice if she's able to shatter one of these stones. But again, if you shatter both, again, you're still only going to receive 1 dash reset. You're not going to be able to have 2 dash resets saved up, so it's going to be very specific as to just that immediate next action. And again, this is going to reduce the cooldown by 100%. It's not going to mean and that's only for 3 seconds. So some of you may be thinking, well, does that mean that I can just basically have it on cooldown forever and basically just get that cooldown back and I can use my dash? It's for the next 3 seconds you may dash one more time. So you have to use that dash up relatively quickly, but it does go on full cooldown. As you're already seeing, a lot of combos. You could choose to destroy 2 walls, you could choose to destroy 1 wall. You can do a lot of different things with this character. Now she's messing around here. Obviously you can hit her with the force of nature dash as well as one of the walls, save that other wall, but it will not explode. That's the other thing about crushing earth. If you keep crushing earth available, you destroy one of the walls, it will not have that slam stun effect. So again, another decision. Very simple how it works, but then you have to decide, well, I'll still get the slow field, but if I crash one of the walls, I get the damage, I'll get the second dash, but then I will not have the stun potential. And of course, she could also reactivate Crushing Earth to slam people together. So it could be a very quick slam. It doesn't have to wait 5 seconds to make that slam happen. Now this is her third ability. It's called Monolith. Monolith, she's basically a stone that she summons, and I believe that it's actually a Roman word for pillar. It's a Latin word for pillar, I believe, or monolith is Latin for something. I don't know what it exactly is, but I think it ties into her Roman roots very well. She's a Roman god, by the way. I believe she slept with Uranus. That's part of her lore. So TERRA slept with Uranus and birthed Saturn or something like that. I think she's like Zeus's grandmother. If you were to do the Greek, I don't know who the Greek version of Zeus is. The Roman version of Zeus is. That's Greek, but in Roman terms, she is his grandmother of that same figure. Obviously Monolith, you see here as having these 2 different effects. With the Odin, what's going to happen is it's going to have this healing effect, and it will heal nearby allied gods for a certain percentage every little bit. But then what will happen is that the actual Monolith being destroyed will cause a completely different effect. It will actually root enemies for, again, 1.5 seconds. That seems to be the number that's working for all of her CC. The stun on her 2, Crushing Earth, and again on Monolith, the root, 1.5 seconds, and they will also be damaged. So right now it's healing. She's changed it. She's broken it down now. Apollo's taking that 27 damage. He hits the Crushing Wave. He stuns for 1.5 again, dashes through because the dash reset is available, and continues to punch. Now he doesn't have the slow effect on the punches because he's shattered his stones, but he did have it for the next 3 seconds because, again, when you burst it down, it lasts for another 3 seconds. All this time, however, he would have that slow effect. And it looks like Crushing Earth, however, allows him to use it and not crush his other stones. So remember, TERRA cannot crush her stones other than using force of nature. She can't push it. She can't punch it. Crushing Earth will not crush Monolith. Monolith will not affect Crushing Earth in any way. So again, you're getting the healing. So it could be very powerful as an area control thing. Again, we'll talk about more of the applications, the build. We'll go through all these abilities in depth in terms of the power numbers, the percentage scaling, and maybe what you want to level first. In my next video, it's going to be an ability overview and guide, very similar to what I've done for Erlang Shin and Fafnir and Ratatoskr in the past, which you guys seem to like. Now you're seeing TERRA's Blessing. This is the ultimate. TERRA channels her strength into the entire world, and she buffs her allies. This is a global ultimate. We don't have a lot of globals in the game. We've got Nuwa, we've got Xbalanque, we've got Athena, we've got Neith, we've got several global ultimates, but TERRA brings another one which is very different and unique. It's a buff with a lot of different buffs you don't normally see. It's going to give her allies movement speed for one. That's what it's going to do. So they're going to increase their movement speed, but it's also going to reduce their mana costs for abilities. So they're basically going to have all of their abilities cost 0 mana. So imagine you're running away, you have 0 mana left, you have very little health. TERRA pops her ultimate and it affects you. Now you can use your dash again, even without mana. You can actually use your 1, 2, 3, and 4 again if it's on cooldown. So say Xbalanque has his dash, and he's also got Darkest of Nights, but he just has no mana and he's running for his life. TERRA pops her ultimate, and basically he can Darkest of Nights. That's a Nox. That's a Nox ability. Oh my god, isn't it? Isn't that a? I can't believe I'm forgetting the name of the Xbalanque ultimate, but Xbalanque can pop his global ultimate, and then of course he can also then hit his number 3 to basically Rising Jaguar away and make sure that he is safe, and that's with no mana. So that's going to be a huge aspect of this. The other aspect you're seeing right now is that they get healing if you are damaged 4 times. Those rocks that spawn around TERRA or Odin in this case actually give her healing, and if you only are damaged 3 times it won't activate, but if you're damaged 4 times it will give you a burst of healing, and it won't affect Odin if TERRA gets hit 4 times. If Odin gets hit 4 times, it won't affect TERRA. It is very specific to who is getting hit, and these are specific instances of damage. We're yet to see how this will take effect, if Kukulkan's tornadoes will spawn all 4 hits of damage, or if Ra's pulsing solar healing ability will basically cause those pulses to take effect as well. We're not exactly sure. They mentioned that the code of the gods is very specific, how it interacts, and sometimes it interacts differently with certain other codes, so we're not exactly sure yet. We'll have to test that out, how and who it's most effective against. The other aspect to her ultimate, lastly, is that it gives you cooldown reduction. So not only are you going to be basically able to have all your mana back up, but you're going to want to be using your abilities because you're going to have increased cooldown reduction for that entire time, and of course no mana cost as well, the movement speed, and of course the healing if people are battling you, trying to fight you there. So it's going to be really amazing, and this has been our look at TERRA, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed this quick just overview discussion for those who missed the patch notes. I wanted to cover this pretty quickly, and of course stay tuned for the ability and overview guide. If you don't subscribe to my channel, subscribe so you get that notification, of course, and also leave a like if you like this type of video. If you disliked it, go ahead and leave a dislike. That's fine. Love to get your feedback any way possible. And of course, remember to comment down in the comment section below if you're excited for TERRA, if you think she looks pretty strong, and if you're just excited to play her when she comes out. She should be coming out tonight on the PTS. My name is Raynday, everyone. Thank you so much for staying tuned and stopping by the channel to watch this video. As always, leave a like, share, comment, or subscribe to the channel if you'd like to stay tuned for what I'm doing. I'll be moving to Atlanta on Friday to begin working for RAYNz Studios at the Paladins, basically esports department, and of course in the video department with Hi-Rez Andy. So I'm very excited and thankful for the job opportunity. Thank you so much for all the support you've given me. And again, I'll continue to put out my best Smite content for all of you newer players, and of course advanced players who like a refresher, and of course just enjoy some entertaining, fun, and up-to-date informative gameplay. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, remember to never give up, never stop gaming, and I'll see you all next time.